So this will be a little bit of a different intro to an episode of Bourque's Battalion. Welcome though, glad to have you here. Glad you decided to take a little bit of time out of your day to spend it with me. I played the next 3 games of competitive seasons. I was on the fence about it, as you know, but we went through with it and we did fairly well. We beat some tough opponents and finished 9-53. Only played 3 games. We were 3-0. Ran into a guy with the 96 Pavel Bure, so that was an interesting experience. But as a reward, we were given Sami Vatanen, a pack, and 1,000 coins, which is nice. That is really nice, and I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting the usual just, hey, here's a pack. But Sami Vatanen, that is perfect. Now, I've really enjoyed having, like, Mike Green on this team, but yeah, we have Sami Vatanen. So that is pretty sweet, and we also have these guys who we haven't been able to sell. Now, you might notice the coin total is a little bit higher, which, number one, yes, I did watch an advertisement, and that's how I figured out about it. That would be the 200 coins. Yes, of course, the daily rewards would have kicked in, but we also sold some players. Now, I, about 24 hours ago, went to make a video because, as one of you might know, there was a trade offer sent for this Chris Neil. So I was in the middle of recording a video where I was talking about we have 3 options: keep him forever, try to sell him, or accept this trade offer. And it was Mitch Marner, Morgan Riley, and Mike Camilleri, which was very enticing. So as I'm recording this video, I finished the video, I hit the back button, the coins went in because Chris Neil sold. So I know it was a point of contention for quite a while, but Chris Neil is finally gone. Don't ask me to buy him again, please, because I actually don't know if there are any of him on the market. As a matter of fact, let's go look, because I don't think this episode will be a normal episode now that I mention it. So, because we have so many coins, and I don't want to discredit the last comment section and the last few suggestions, but I do want to give people, what am I doing here? I do want to give people the opportunity, because we have so many more coins now than we did. You know, that changes things. You know, there might have been a player that we might not have been able to afford, you know, then that we could now. And even then, just because we have nearly 158k, we are literally 4 coins short. Just because we have that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to spend all of that on one player. We could spend it on numerous players. Of course, it is up to the top comment, but yeah, that Chris Neil is just gone. But yeah, I mean, I want to give people a chance, but again, I don't want people to feel like the comments from the last episode will just be ignored, because they won't be. They will be taken into account. But we also have a pack to open here, along with, of course, getting Sami Vatanen. So let's take a look. 20 more items. Who knows what we get here, but at the very least, I'm sure it will help towards the coin total. So we will be over 158k. We start off with Shane Harper, which is not good. A Vancouver Canucks jersey. TJ Brennan. All right, let's get to those rares, because we might be able to complete a set. Another Vancouver jersey. Travis Konechny. The improved Travis Konechny. That is funny. 96 skating now instead of 95. That is awesome, and I might have to make him our 4th line center. I don't know if I want to trade him in, and we get Aaron Ekblad as well. Holy shit. So we add Sami Vatanen and Aaron Ekblad just from doing well in competitive seasons. Not too bad at all. We get Kevin Miller as well, which, yay, killer. And Phil DeGiuseppe. Got a couple of coaches there as well. So this episode will just be a maintenance episode for the hell of it. I'll update you guys on the collectible status and all of that. So it won't be a normal episode with any gameplay. So if you're here for the gameplay, I do apologize. If you're here for the gameplay, I kind of don't know why. Well, in a way, I do. But again, we're still grinding it out in the middle divisions. But I can tell you, though, once we get to the higher divisions, yes, things will get a little bit more interesting. Maybe I should have recorded the competitive seasons games, but I just wanted to focus in, and it worked. I needed to focus in those games because that was an absolute grind. But anyway, let's send all of these guys to the collection really quick. Man, so we added Vatanen and Aaron Ekblad, and of course we are still going to probably add the top comment from the last episode, and maybe even the top comment from this episode. I don't know, we'll wait and see. Like I said, I don't want to have people think last episode was for nothing, but this was the team I used in competitive seasons. We actually plugged in Chris Tierney, Joseph Blandisi, Torrey Mitchell, and Alesh Hemsky. Tierney and Mitchell were great, and I don't know why, but they both scored a couple of goals, which was pretty great. But defensively now, we have the question to ask ourselves. Mike Green is the obvious substitution, even though he's been really good for me. But it's intriguing. What are we doing? I know most people would be like, oh, just put one of the righties on the left. But again, I don't necessarily like to do that. So we have an interesting dilemma defensively, that is for sure. Although obviously I can't imagine Shea Weber going anywhere. And Dustin Byfuglien was a suggestion to buy. But Aaron Ekblad, that is a pretty solid card, that is for sure. As is Sami Vatanen. Which, man, that in a way I'm upset about getting Sami Vatanen and Aaron Ekblad. I would have preferred just one of them, and then, of course, to have gotten somebody else. We also ran with Petr Mrazek between the pipes. I actually want to quickly take a look at the team stats here, and then we'll run through something else really quickly. But we are up to 38-5-1 as a total record on this account. Not too shabby at all. But yeah, Tierney, 2 points in 3 games. Mitchell, 3 points in 3 games. Hemsky didn't do a damn thing for us. And in fairness, Joseph Blandisi wasn't too bad either. But you look at Mike Green, 8 points in 20 games, a +10. That's not bad for a defenseman. That's really not too bad for a third-pairing defenseman. You see what Bobby Hull's done for us, 18 points in 20 games. McDavid with 13. So we certainly have some interesting decisions to make. Obviously, Mike Richards is still the main man on this team, and Bourque is up to 20 points in 43 games. He is a +44. What a man. What a monster. Mrazek, though, a 90 save percentage. Not a hell of a lot better than what Ben Bishop's done for us lately, which was also a suggestion to potentially get rid of Ben Bishop. But yeah. So we have some choices, and now that could change as well the top comments on what we should do, who we should buy, who we should get rid of. So that's why I really feel as though it's necessary to have this kind of be an in-between episode. We might even call this episode 15.5, because it's not exactly going to be a true episode 16. So we will get back to that. But let's take a look. Did we get any logos? I cannot remember. I do want to take care of this. Normally, of course, I do all of this off screen because it's not that exciting. But that is all right. We will do it this time as an exception because, like I said, I wanted to get you guys a look at what we have available. I meant to add all 3 of those coaches, but we are getting closer to getting more gold collectibles. I was hoping we would add an extra one. With those Vancouver jerseys, we might... I don't know, I'm tempted to maybe see how much they sell for. That's what I've been doing with jerseys lately, ever since it was mentioned that I picked up a Nashville jersey that was worth quite a bit. But then again, in a way, it's just, I don't know. People suggested to just trade everything in, so we have been doing that. We are 1 jersey short, and I know for a fact we don't have an arena, but as you can see, very, very close to some more collectibles. If we get a pack, then we're pretty much guaranteed another collectible in the next episode. And we only need to plug in 2 rare players here. Is there anybody that was tempted to keep? Not really. We're going to have Mrazek instead of James Reimer as the backup. So can we complete this is the question. Can we complete this? Are there people I'd prefer to get rid of? Maybe not. We do have Tyler Bozak. I'm not sure where he came from, actually. How good of a card does he have? I don't even remember packing him. That must have been towards the end of the last episode. Good acceleration, but kind of middle of the road everywhere else. So He wouldn't make this team. Oh boy. So yeah, we would actually have a choice to make here. I don't know if Vatanen or Konechny would sell for anything, so we won't do this now. But that'll be another one of my questions to you guys, is who do we turn in to complete this? I mean, hell, the top comment could even be just buy some random guy to get this pack, although if we get a reward pack, which actually I think we're in line for a reward pack in the next episode if we win the Div 6 title. So we're most likely going to get more gold collectibles in the next episode. We're going to complete this to get another 5 players, which of course is how we ended up with Jonathan Tavares. Of course, we went on to sell him. It was also mentioned, maybe invest in carbons, although I do not know what they are going for. But it would be interesting to end up with a couple of these players. In fairness, I haven't even looked at their cards, so I would not know. But we have a lot of options, and that's why I enjoy the main aspect of this series being you guys and having you be the main decision makers. Of course, sometimes I take over and kind of edge Chris Neal out of the team, but it was necessary. Let's be honest. It was necessary. And yeah, we only need 2 points, so 1 win in the next episode, and we will end up with a reward pack, and hopefully that leads us to getting a few more items and packs. So we are going to continue to be spoiled here in this series. The team is only getting better, which is good because the teams we keep getting matched up with are only going to be getting better as well. We have 6 gold collectibles and a random bronze that we cannot do anything with. But we've looked over some stats. We've opened the pack. We looked at pretty much everything that I think we can look at. So let's take a look one more time, of course, at the main team. And that way you guys can get a look one more time at what we should potentially improve. And again, any suggestion, if it is the top comment, that is what we will do. You could even say, hold on to the coins, anything. That is up to you guys. So, like I said, I've really enjoyed that aspect of the series. But of course, this is the team as it stands. It's shaping up to be pretty damn different by the time we play our games for the next episode. But I look forward to seeing what this team ends up being. Like I said, it's been fun for me, an interesting series for me so far. And I am excited to see what happens as we keep moving forward. But that is it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this sort of in-between episode where we did a little bit of maintenance. We end up surprisingly getting Sami Vatanen and Aaron Ekblad. Whether or not they both make the team, I do not know. That, of course, is up to you guys. So let me know down in the comments below. Of course, top comment is what we will do. So make sure, of course, to like each other's comments. Normally, I try to upload this, every 2 to 3 days, sometimes maybe even 4 days. So if you watched it, if I upload this on a Sunday and you watched it on Sunday, come back on a Tuesday or even a Monday, check back through the comments, and if there's anything you agree with, of course, make sure to give that comment a thumbs up. And while you're at it, why not give this video a thumbs up, right? Smooth segue. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in episode 16 of Bourque's Battalion. I almost said episode 18. I don't know why. Another botched ending. Quality. Only the top quality from me.